Hey crafters, this is Jonna, the Preppy Crafty Girl, and I just want to talk about my new kit I'm going to have in stock when this video hits my YouTube channel. And this is going to be another kind of file folder kit. However, you don't have to use the file folder if you don't want to, but we're doing a series online with altering file folders and things, and so I'm going to be working in mine this coming month in June. And so I put together not only this kit for myself, but I decided I was going to offer some in my shop. And this kind of has a 1960s flower power feel, and let me just go through everything that you're going to get in the kit. So I included, of course, with the flower power theme, I included some flowers, and then you get a big giant flower, and I punched out some vintage wallpaper, and you can choose to do this or not, but I was thinking that would be really cute in there, and then you could layer the button on top of it. So you have that. Then you have a yard of this double face satin. I think it looks like it's like bridal satin. That's what it feels like to me, but it's old, and so you'll get a yard of that, and then you'll get this slide. And why I did this was so that you could put the slide on here, and you could use this as your closure for your book. And then you get a little bingo marker, and the bingo marker fits in the little slide. So everyone's going to get like either from the 60s or the 70s numbers, and then that'll fit on your slide on there. And then you will get, let's see, a piece of a doily. And then again, if you wanted to, you could use your vintage button on the doily. You have that option too, because it fits on there. Or I included a little bit of bling. The bling actually, if you don't like the bingo idea, the bling actually fits inside of that too. So if you like that a little bit better, that's an idea. I gave you a couple of clips. Now these kits are, everything in here is vintage. I did add a couple of older scrapbooking items to kind of round out the kit. And so I just wanted to let you know, not all of the images will be the same, but you're going to get the same item. So you'll get a hem facing or some kind of bias tape packet. And I've seen people use these. I've used them as picture frames. You know, you can put a piece of paper in there and then put a picture in there as a picture frame. But I've been seeing people use these as little shaker cards. So I put in some of my Joy Jar special shaker mix. And in here you might find there's going to be some weird things, like you might find a pumpkin or a Santa Claus hat, so you could just toss those. But for pretty much, it's all confetti and different types of sequin mixes I've collected over the years. I just have a big jar, and every time I get some kind of sequin mix or confetti mix, I toss it in there. So I call it my Joy Jar mix. And so you'll be getting those. I love these recipe cards. They're so much fun. You'll be getting one of those. Some lace. Everyone will get the orange lace. You'll get some of this fabric. Mine is wonky. Everybody else is straight, but this was an offcut, and this was my last piece, so I put it in my kit. So everyone's going to get this. And the reason why I included this wider bit was in case you want to take the file folder and make it thicker and sew signatures in. You could use this as your binding, so you have enough to do that. A black envelope, a flash card, a little acetate pouch, a bingo card, another piece of fabric, this is some trim. I didn't have a whole lot of this, but I had enough to where you could stitch it and make it a pocket if you wanted to, or you could make it a belly band in your book. You'll get a piece of this really cute, fun wrapping paper with all these little kids just doing fun things. And so I thought that was cute. So everybody's gonna get a piece of that. a really sweet currant, I don't know who, this is from 1976. I forgot what her name was. She's not Strawberry Shortcake, but she kind of came out in that same era, I think. Or no, before that, this was 76. Well, anyway, so she is a postcard, so everyone will get one of those. You're gonna get a vintage 1970s wine label, a bingo sheet that matches, along with some of this play money and a Rolodex card, a small index card with graph grid, an old fun Monopoly card. This was from a very well-loved Monopoly game, let me tell you. The ones that people are getting, they're very, very loved. A 70s canceled check. A index card that I use my antique stamp on, and I stamped the little finger pointing. This was another post-it note, or you'll get a recipe card. Some of these little charms, mine says hip, but there's all different words: time, groovy, far out. There's all kinds of different words. Everybody will get a different word. You'll get a pattern girl that is tall, so if you want to use her on your cover, you can. However, I got some of this decoupage paper and from the 1960s, and I have her with her cat. So everybody's going to get some of this decoupage paper. It has a nice linen feel to it, and then you could put her and the cat on the front of your cover for your file folder. These file folders are super old. They're really nice and strong. That's why I was thinking about making it more like a book, and then using this expandable part as my binding, and then stitching in my signature. So that's kind of what I plan on doing. The file folder, it has these little tab things that fold up, and you can punch things and put them on air. So you'll be getting one of these really pretty aqua colored file folders. Everyone will either get a plain or a printed on light bright sheet. So the colors that I chose were really more in line with this theme, your decoupage paper. So you'll get, so I've just pulled the colors out of that, and that's kind of because there was black, so I pulled some black pieces to go with her, and then I pulled this wrapping paper because I thought this matched perfectly. You'll also get some kind of die cut S&H green stamp sheet, a strip of guys from I want to say this was 1930s, I think a 1930s yearbook. Then I put in, everybody's getting some groovy plaid and a stripe fabric, and these came out of a decorator book, so everyone's getting 2 pieces of decorator fabric. Now I did hear online that someone said if you take a steam iron, this peels off. I haven't tried it yet, so I can't tell you. But I like to cut it, and I like to put fabric on the back anyway. Or if you want to use this as a traveler notebook cover, you can, and then you can just take the 2 pieces together like this, and then you've got a traveler notebook cover. So that's another option for these kits if you don't want to use the file folder. You can hear my dog in the background. You'll get some kind of plant sheet on plants. And then I put in, yes, this kit is a really nice, generous size. I think you guys will love it. I put in some book pages, and this is some nice leisure pages so that you can get your signatures going. So you'll get something out of that. A 1950s New York Times mimeograph type thing. There is sheets of dictionary paper. You'll get a vintage ad, and then you'll get various book pages, some children pages. You get a nice big sheet of map paper, This came out of a Sears and Roebuck copy of a catalog. Some graph paper, really nice patina lined notebook paper, children's writing paper, ledger paper, graph paper. You'll get a sheet of old music paper, and then I think I have 4, but I think I only put 3 in everybody else's. I don't know why I have 4 sheets, but no, maybe you did get 4 pieces. I'll have to check. But anyway, you'll get some scrapbook paper, and these are going to be folded because I'm trying to keep the price of the shipping down. So I did a flat rate, $8. It had to be long because these are 14 inches, so it's a flat rate priority shipping envelope and a legal size envelope. So I had to fold them to get them in because it wasn't wide enough. So your pages, the larger pages, will be folded, but you can iron them if you don't need to fold. But if you're going to use them as signature, then they're already folded for you. So that right there is this groovy, awesome, vintage, full of great kind of stuff to get you going. You'll have a nice big chunky journal or book, whatever you choose to make, or file folder for the month. So you're getting all kinds of pieces, and yeah, so that's the kit. And come visit my Etsy shop. I will put the link below, and I'm going to actually be working in this kit throughout the month of June. So if you get the kit now, then you can work alongside of me throughout the month of June. Have a great crafting day.